Fuck you, I'm smarter, bitch.
I can't believe you're gonna rig this game.
We don't want to feel dumb anymore.
I feel so stupid right now.
We're here to find out if we're actually dumb. Don't ask us any questions.
Two bumbling morons. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with the guests to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube Live.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Listeners,
I'm happy to be here.
I know you heard us last week, but I haven't seen Kelly in a little while because we banked 2 episodes because you went out of town.
I thought you were going to say we banged. I was like, what?
We're going to bang later.
Haven't seen her since we banged.
So we're going to bang later.
Okay.
How was
That'll
your
be
trip?
It was nice. It was good. I saw a lot of family, some for the first time since pandemia, and
nice.
It was nice. I was in the East Coast. I was in Philly. Little bit of Jersey action in there as well.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm glad you got to see your mazzles.
I bought some farm eggs.
Farm eggs?
Oh no, we can talk about my mom. That's more important. Yeah, we stopped by a farm stand.
Talk about
in
the
New
farm
Jersey,
eggs.
And they had great cheese, eggs, dairy products. And it was honor system.
Whoa.
I Venmo'd them.
That's so
They
cute.
also had like an old school like milk bin canister thing that you could drop money into.
Wow.
They trusted you. We also bought some corn, fresh corn on the cob. And then when I got home, tried to cook it. And there were like worms or grubs or caterpillars or something in every single one. And me and my mom were like, ah! We're like, wow, I guess we're not country folk. We're like very citified. We're like, oh my god! I threw them in the back alley behind her house.
That's what happens when you don't get your vegetables on Amazon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then she's like, well, you can't just leave them out there. I'm like, yeah, they're back in nature. It's literally like a tiny brick alley in between other row houses in Philadelphia. In the city.
I love it.
It's just like, I'm like, they'll be fine there.
Speaking of eggs,
yes.
Did they taste anemic? Remember?
No, oh my god! Yes, please tell that story. Yeah.
Quick story.
Quick.
If you're an East Coaster, you may have heard of Susan Miller, the astrologer, and I was like obsessed with her when I was younger. And everyone in my life was like lived by her. And then when I moved to LA, she was in town and she stayed at the hotel that we were working at. And I waited on
breakfast.
her, and she was a fucking crazy person, and no one knew who she was, but everyone knew that woman. Like, I don't want to serve that woman. I hate that woman. Who wants to take that woman? And I didn't know who she was yet.
Right. And
I walked over there and I'm like, can I get you an omelet? And she's like, ugh, what kind of eggs do you use? Because last one tasted anemic. And I was like, oh my god. Anyway,
I don't even know what that means in reference to eggs, but you know what?
She also said, do you know what kind of eggs you guys use? Did you ask the chef? Because if they're Eggland's Best, I won't eat them. I don't like the girl in the commercial. She's too happy, or she said something like that. So
she's too happy.
When she
has a lot of feelings about breakfast.
Eggs
specifically. Yeah.
So when I got her room number, her name was Susan Miller. And I was like, that's so funny. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
That can't be her. And then I Googled what she looked like.
Yeah.
And it was her.
Well, you know, these sometimes people who are really brilliant
are
pretty eccentric.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like our guest.
Like our guest. Speaking of our guest, we haven't seen this pretty little lady
and her chicken and her non-anemic eggs.
In a while. I remember last time we saw her, we saw Killy perform.
Killy Dwyer,
in Hollywood.
When
I don't think before Killy lived here. But we're so excited to have. She's a brilliant actress. She's an awesome comedian, cabaret performer that we always love to see her perform, and is doing a show, The Clown Zoo. We have to talk to her about that. Lady Scountington Durwood. Hi, Scout.
Hello. Everything you said in that opening resonated with me. I have Venmo'd. I bought blueberries, I think is what I bought, offside the road. And nice. I was an avid Susan Miller follower, but then there was a whole drama when she fell out because she had really bad, I think it was arthritis. And then other people were like, if you're genuinely intuitive, you don't have autoimmune diseases. So the fact that she's too sick to work means that she's not real.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's
I was like, that's bullshit. But
shit.
Therefore,
this
bullshit. Whole world is bullshit. And I put down astrology and have not touched it since. This was years.
Wow.
Well, I think it's like, don't meet your heroes, right? Like, I met her and was like, oh no, I've taken so much advice from this woman and she can't even order an omelet. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I get it.
I think she's just a savant. Maybe she just does that thing really well, and she doesn't do breakfast good, and she doesn't do health good. You know.
Well,
but
look, if she was doing it,
stars.
No way. Autoimmune disease, not intuitive.
Not intuitive. Yeah, can't trust a word she says because she's sick.
Her fingers aren't good anymore.
I'm an autoimmune person too, so I can't
do
horoscopes.
So you must,
exactly.
that is, I think that's in the Bible, I think. Yeah.
I think I read that somewhere too. Yeah. Scout, I want the listeners to know, because nobody ever comes to our YouTube lives.
Okay.
You are literally in a van on the side of the road. What is going on?
Yes, tell us about this.
I am a minimalist. I'm totally, I gotta stay working in my career, otherwise I'm just an eccentric. Right now, I'm still successful enough that I have quirks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So I bought the van, sublet my apartment, was like, we're doing it. I have a dog who my friend's gonna come pick up in a minute, so we'll edit all of that out, but whatever.
Yes.
And I kind of learned when you make, so I live in a van now. I have an ADU, a tiny home as well. And today, and we're delivering the final delivery for my visual album. I made a feature-length visual album.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was trying to get all this done before going on the road, because it's like, I was laughing so hard because you're like, I'm going to simplify my life in just 1 second. What do I need to do? Okay. And then after that, it's just me and a laptop, and I'm going to, what? Okay. So
Yeah.
So what I should have done, I have a little screening in Palm Springs tonight of Take One Thing Off the last. So I should have gone to Palm Springs, brought the big computer, or maybe it's time for a new laptop. What I did instead was leave late, get stuck in traffic, pull over in the van. and then I'm going to Joshua Tree for a slam dance event all weekend. And I thought, I thought I would just stay out in Joshua Tree in the van. That's why friend's picking up the dog, because dog is not staying too hot.
Got it.
Too hot.
And I don't want to be a mom this weekend. You know?
Mommy's on mushrooms whenever I'm out of town and I have someone to watch my dog.
That's her mantra.
Mommy's on mushrooms. Don't want the dog near me. Bye.
I won't do drugs in front of my dog. I have a phobia of it.
Well, it's not just that, but the last time I ate mushrooms in front of my dog, he puked, and then I had a whole thing in my head of like, he's gonna die.
It's
and
my
I'm
fault.
on
I'm irresponsible. Yeah.
I'm like, mommy's on mushrooms. I'm out.
Wait, so Scout, tell us about the what you're doing in Palm Springs. You're screening.
Palm Springs. This is a festival that they're super great, and it's been so funny because we did a pretty aggressive festival run with Take One Thing Off, which was a digital series, but it was my first visual album. And just from that, you get kind of like these festival kids kind of become your buds. So that's like the slam dance event. We're not screening anything at it, but it's just a bunch of, and then COVID happened. I don't know if you know that. So all these festivals went online, but no one liked it. So it's like now all these events are coming back. So slam dance, because of that, this is like an outdoor camping. It's open to the public, but I'm like fam now because we screened at Slant. So I get like the fam treat, you know. And I have the van, so I can go out and just stay in the van. But no dogs allowed. That was actually the reason that it's not coming. And it's hot.
Wait, so the visual album.
Okay,
so I saw some of that already. Take One Thing Off is different than what you're doing the deliverables for now.
So this is just not going to be not confusing. Yeah. Take One Thing Off is an album and digital series of the same title. Then I recorded Comedy Electronica.
Okay.
I decided I didn't want to do a series. I wanted to do a feature, which is called Utopia, Y-O-U. Utopia.
Love it.
Then COVID hit. And the narrative chunk, we shot the narrative and then we were banking all the videos, and then we got pandemic. So all of a sudden we're like, how are we going to shoot these videos? And the label was kind of like, hey, we got to release the videos. So the videos ended up coming out and then the narrative is just now getting finished.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So the narrative will then do, we don't know what we'll do. We're doing like a friends and family screening, and then probably we'll try for a festival run, but I think it was such a funny year to whatever. I have so much to say about.
Yeah.
Well, that's really
awesome.
exciting, and it's really awesome to even produce anything during this time was so hard for so many people. I know I had like complete pandemic brain, so kudos to you for doing that. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah,
because
it was
I
against
saw
my
some
will.
of the some of the visual stuff that you did. I saw for Take One Thing Off, and I really loved it. So we'll definitely plug all your plugs at the end and make sure our listeners go to that after this.
Yeah.
Before we dive into games, where are you from, Scout?
I am from Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a weirdo. So I weirdoed out in 7th grade, and my parents sent me to private school.
Because you were weirdoing out and they thought that would get you straight, or?
I was getting sad. I was getting like, I don't get these people. People are like teasing me, and that's stupid because they're wrong. So I went to a tiny, tiny middle and high school that was the best place.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm glad that was a good experience.
Yeah.
And you were allowed to be your weird self.
Total weird self. And it was small. So I played soccer through college, to be honest. So I got to like be in soccer, be in plays. I never had to like specialize.
Right.
That's
Great.
cool.
High school was great.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
What was your crowd like? Who did you hang out with?
Well, so I had a group of friends from the pool.
Yeah, the pool. We haven't had a pool, like a pool hang.
No, we haven't.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't even know this. I don't even know what this type of person, not to like compartmentalize people, but what is
They're just wet.
what's
all
a
the time.
pool person? Like, what is that even like?
I think we all belong to what's technically a country club, but it wasn't like
Bougie.
There was tennis. The tennis people were like, wear your shoes. But we we were like the swim team kids. So we would bike to the pool at 7:30 in the morning for swim team. And then our moms would pick us up at like 9 at night and then take us.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we would go, I lived the closest and we had Nintendo 64. So sometimes we'd go to my house and play Nintendo in the day. But that was my childhood. So, and we all went to different high schools. Every one of us went to different schools.
Wow. So you met through the pool.
pool.
Scout met her friends through the pool.
Pool rats. We identified as pool rats.
Pool rats. I
She's
love
a
it.
pool rat. Oh, that's going to be the title there.
Pool rat.
I love that. And then how you went to New York first, right?
Yeah. So
what was that decision like?
I knew I wanted to do performance, but I think I didn't totally understand the industry. And so I was like, the way you make it in the world and the way you establish an important, a worthwhile career is you get involved in queer nightlife and alternative underground theater. And I ran a theater company. I ended up working a lot in the cabaret world. Burlesque ended up being a huge part of my life. And then I kind of was like, okay, this feels like and I was like, it was great. I had this wonderful bohemian, drunky, wonderful. Everyone should have that chapter. Mommy's on mushrooms.
100%. Mommy's on mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember seeing you perform once. I think the first time I saw you perform, you were like topless with the ukulele. And I was like, I think I'm in love with her, or I want to be her, but I don't know which one. But I'm so impressed with all of this right now.
I'll take either. Yeah,
it was like the perfect like burlesque drunk cabaret stage of my life as well. Like I was like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah. Sometimes I was like, oh, I should have been auditioning, but I feel I was. I mean, I still was so repped and stuff, but I just feel so grateful that I got to have. I have so much fun doing what I do. Yeah. And I think like when I love film, and now I am transitioning more into film and TV because I like it. I I think I'm smart, I liked school. And so filmmaking is kind of more school oriented than like comedy or life. Yeah, I love it. I love learning new programs and figuring out problems. So now I think I'm more getting pitched as like a, the deadly polymath of writer, director. She should be in this.
I love it. All right. Should we start it? Should we play?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's
hit me with the game. I've been
ladies.
told I'm competitive, but against myself, not others.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I think this is how we're going to find out right now.
I root for everyone to succeed, but I don't want to make any mistakes myself.
I understand.
Totally hear that. Yeah. I'm the same way. Kelly
is very much like that.
I'm the same way. Like I totally like I I don't even want to be competitive. I want everyone to get along and everyone to win and everyone to be friends. But then there's like at some point some little secret compartment goes off in me where it like a flip switches and I'm like, I have to fucking win.
I don't care about winning, but I do not like I don't like a forced error. I'll think about a loss I don't care about.
Yeah. Kelly gets really competitive.
Although, I'm growing up a little bit. I'm growing up.
Scout, we just did like a home Survivor game, and Kelly's like, I don't even want to play. This is stupid. I hate this.
Backyard, we all played Survivor for 12 hours.
For 12, it was like
a professionally executed
it was
event.
very serious. I'm making it seem frilly. But at one point, I looked at her and I was like, do you want me to save you? Do you want to do this or not? And she was like, I'm in, baby. And then
she was like, do you want me to vote you out? Well, I'll get everyone to vote you out. I'm like, well, no, not if you're not already going to vote me out. Like, I'm in now. I'm in it now. Let's do it.
Flip switched, and I've never seen a performance after that like that in my life.
Thank you.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
All right, Teach, where are we going?
Guys, we're going to geography class.
Oh.
And you know what? Today we're going to focus on Kansas.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, just a brief perusal of someone's Wikipedia page led me to the fact that she is indeed from Kansas. And I didn't know that much about Kansas.
I don't know anything about Kansas.
Did we have any guests from Kansas? I'm sure you do, Scout.
I don't think so. One time I was on a road trip from North Carolina to New York, and we were with my cousin who is kind of like a Dumbledore, and he woke up and he's like, I think we're on the way to Kansas. And we were like, shut up, you're stupid. And then he went back to sleep and we're like, no, we literally like took a wrong turn and we almost got to Kansas. That's the closest I've been to Kansas.
How far out of your way did
I think
you
it was the 77. Does that make sense, Scout?
No.
Is the 77 a thing?
No.
Just kidding.
The I-70?
Maybe.
Probably.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I-70, you can go coast to coast on, is it the 70 or the 71?
Maybe it was a 70-something.
I mean, I think the ones that have a 0 at the end are the coast-to-coast ones.
The big boys.
Like
okay, so I-70, but 71 will take you, like one time I drove to Austin from Kansas City and and this was like MapQuest times. And it was like, get on the highway, take 71, get off. Done.
Wow.
Those were the directions.
One page.
But you still printed it out. You still printed it out and you were like,
what? Looking at it every 5 minutes.
Or not.
I was probably
she's like,
in the
no,
back.
I got lost.
Yeah.
All right,
we're going to Kansas.
Okay.
All right. So, oh my gosh, did I write down which of the answers were correct? We're going to find out. Or did I just write down options?
Here we go.
This is what it's like with me as a teacher. Mommy's on mushrooms.
Mommy's on mushrooms.
All right. We'll start with our guest, Scout. Dodge City, Kansas is known for being the most what? And I'll give you an A, B, and C. Is it A, the windiest city in the U.S., B, the city that has the most tornadoes per year, or C, being the flattest area in the United States?
Literally all of those could be true because the flatness would contribute to the wind and I'm going to go to tornadoes.
Oh, no, that's incorrect. Lindsay, I'll give you a chance to steal.
Okay.
Windiest?
But isn't wind and tornado really splitting hairs?
Well, that's what I was thinking. And since it's not tornado, I don't know, you guys.
I'm not looking at you.
Okay. I'm going to go with windiest.
That is correct.
I'll take an assist.
Technically the windiest city.
I was looking at both of you. Thanks for the point. Wow, but I'm already impressed.
Don't get used to it, Linz.
I'm already impressed with the fact that Scout said the flatness has to do with the windy, has to do with the tornadoes.
Right, they're all connected.
I don't know anything about tornadoes.
Well, I'll tell you what. No, go ahead.
That's just all air temperature.
Whoa.
So it's flat land, wind, air temperature. Holy
air
shit,
temperature creates wind.
Are you a geothermalologist?
I think everybody knows that.
Not these two idiots.
No, that's why we started this podcast, Scout. We don't know anything, and we're trying to learn. So yes, it's the windiest city in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't know how many tornadoes it has because I actually didn't look up who has the most tornadoes per year. So technically, you could have been right. We'll do maybe an addendum later. We'll give you, a post point at some point. We'll have you back. And ask you more questions about tornadoes. Well, you can be the teacher for that.
I want to come back because I want to do a game. I got to be on my.
Yeah.
I gotta be better on things that are on the second half of my to-do list. I never get to them.
Good. All good. You could always come back.
Now it may. So Kansas is said to be a very, very flat state, and it is documented to be, in fact, flatter than a pancake. Someone actually did that math. It is flatter than a pancake, but it's not the flattest state. So I'm going to give you both a chance to get an extra credit point if you can tell me what the flattest state is.
Missouri.
Incorrect.
No, Missouri has the Ozarks.
She's never been. She
also, I love that you were like, Kansas is rumored to be flat. No one has been brave enough.
No one's been there, so nobody knows for sure. It's like the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? It's like
it used to be.
Also, when you said it was flatter than a pancake, when does flat become curvy again? Because it goes in.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like my brain was
because a pancake kind of raises up a little bit because it has like a top and a bottom.
I interpreted it as the land didn't alternate, whereas a pancake has like bubbles and stuff.
Oh,
that's true.
Because I think
that's probably more true.
Concave curve would still not be flat.
You're right, and that's my brain was like, when like it's like the chicken and the egg, like,
right? So it goes in. I guess it has like craters. Maybe does it have other craters there?
No.
Have you never
from what
the Great Kansas Crater? I don't know.
Well,
don't know.
I think
from.
Go ahead.
Susan Miller says about
asteroids. Asteroids, obviously.
Okay, the flattest state, Scout. Do you have a guess?
My instinct is Nebraska.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, and that's the other state that I thought we had a guest from Kansas in the past, and they were from Nebraska.
They were from Nebraska.
Do those two states touch? Are they friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Nebraska is to the north of us.
God. Oh, he said some disparaging things about Kansas.
All right. Well, we can't talk about him now.
Yeah, but that's just because he's from Nebraska. Who else is he?
Exactly. He would say that.
Right.
Those goddamn Nebraskans.
Yeah. All they have is
Lincoln. We have Kansas City.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like mostly in another state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually.
All right, guys.
Mostly
that's
in another state.
Missouri.
But my house was in Kansas, and the pool was in Kansas.
That's what's important.
But on a street called State. Well, there's a street called State Line. You know how like West Hollywood's its own city?
Yes.
Kansas City is like that. So I like basically grew up. Well, yeah, kind of like across the street from. I grew up on a street called State Line. One side was Missouri, one side was Kansas.
Wow.
I went to school in Missouri.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So you lived on the Kansas side.
Yes. But
she's multicultural.
My best friends growing up, we were divided.
Wow.
913 and 816. Repping.
That's like the West Side Story remake I want to see.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that.
I've pitched it. I pitched it.
Didn't take.
Guys, it was Florida. Florida's the flattest state. You should have known that. From Florida.
Wow.
All right. Lindsay, number 2. Oh, by the way, Kansas is the 7th flattest state.
Is Nebraska flatter than Kansas?
No. It goes Florida, Illinois, North Dakota, Louisiana, Minnesota, Delaware, and then Kansas.
Wow.
That's a squirrely list, I think we can all admit.
I didn't do any. I didn't get a second opinion.
Yeah.
So we'll take that from the.
No, I don't think it's wrong.
For what
I think
it's worth.
Shocking.
Ah, okay.
Her squirrely means shocking.
I see.
My squirrely means, did someone slip something in my drink? Because I feel a little squirrely.
What color is a squirrel?
Brown?
It's brown.
Gray. Squirrels are gray. This is a regional thing. This came up when someone was like, "I just saw a gray squirrel," and I was like, "Squirrels are gray."
Are they?
But they are kind of gray.
Are they
Squirrels
a
are
gray brown?
gray.
Is it like the dress again? Is it that
No, there's
goddamn
two
dress?
I think it's 2 different kinds of squirrels, but squirrels are gray.
Oh, there's different. Okay.
Okay. Well,
All right. Look, agreed. I disagree.
we may fight you on
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Lindsay, number 2.
Yes.
What was discovered to be mixed into the foundation of the First United Methodist Church located in Hutchinson, Kansas, which was built in 1874? Was it A, gold, B, human remains, or C, grasshoppers?
Grasshoppers is so weird. You just lit up when I said grasshoppers. Why is it grasshoppers? Grasshoppers?
Yes, it's grasshoppers.
Why?
So, guys, in 1874, there was a grasshopper plague. There was like the plague of the locusts, but it was grasshoppers. So they were mixed into the foundation while they were constructing the church in the same year. And I don't know exactly what I don't know. There was a plague. There were thousands of grasshoppers flying around. It was crazy.
Flying grasshoppers. Aren't there 2 kinds? I don't know. I don't know that much about bugs.
I say flying, but like I said, I didn't really do a lot of research, so I don't know that they were flying. They could have just been hopping.
These are interesting
And I
trivia.
don't know why.
This is not what we get taught in 7th grade, my state, my Kansas.
I thought maybe you would know that just because I didn't know if that was like a big thing that they still talk about, like
The great grasshopper
because it was
massacre.
like a huge thing at the time.
We have cicadas.
Do you? I never
Yeah.
knew
Well-
what a cicada was until now. Like we
So
didn't have
loud.
them in
And they
Florida,
would get,
did
my
we?
hair was long and curly, and they would
No.
dive into the pool because they liked the lights at night, and then they would get stuck in my hair and be like,
Ah.
Wow,
'Cause I had like a,
that's
you know-
probably sort of what happened with the grasshoppers. So what's the difference between a grasshopper and a cicada?
Cicadas are like cockroaches to me almost. Don't they look like cockroaches?
not cicadas. Oh, they're not pretty.
Yeah, they're gross looking. They're like, yeah.
Okay,
You can
brown
we'll
chase
do a
like
them.
side by side on our Instagram, like maybe we could do a 3-tier, like
Sure.
grasshopper, cockroach,
Sure,
cicada,
sure.
like who wore it better. Okay, number 3, Scout. Do you know the official state bug of
Oh my
Kansas?
God, I just said I don't know bugs. Okay, let me think.
And I'll just give you a hint. It's not the grasshopper, which
Not
I
the
don't know
grasshopper.
why that really should have been. But I'll give you an A, B, and C. Is it A, the honeybee, B, the firefly, or C, the 2-spotted ladybug beetle?
Oh.
C.
That is incorrect.
What are the other 2 options?
Honeybee, firefly.
Firefly?
Nope. It's the
a
honeybee. Who knew?
Who knew?
You know, my best
I
friend
didn't
from
know.
Kansas City got her PhD in bees. So
Well, there you
Wow.
go.
no, she got it
well,
in something smarter than that, but I don't ever remember bees.
Oh. we had a guest on, Lars Mellis. He majored
He's
in
into bees.
I think he said I majored in honeybees.
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
Yeah. It's a thing.
He's a comic that believes in astrology.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Pass. What an Aries. No, I don't.
Extra credit. Does anyone know California's state bug?
Oh.
Tesla. Prius.
Spiders.
It's the dog face butterfly.
Oh. Sounds cute.
Yeah. All
Get out of bug zones.
right.
We're losing
Okay,
Scout.
we're
Get out of
losing.
the
We're
bugs.
out of the bugs. Okay.
I
One
was
more
just
question,
like,
guys.
I'm excited to go on a smart podcast. I'm hella smart. And now I'm like,
You're like,
I don't
your
know
face
the
just is like,
I used to love trivia.
Okay.
You know
One
what
more
I mean?
question.
Loved a trivia.
Yeah.
night.
Trivia is fun. I'm not
What-
usually good at it. I like a team. I don't want to do trivia alone. I'm not going to do well.
I just want to shout at a TV. I want an airport bar. Okay? I
Yes.
want some sort of potato and cheese side dish as my
yes.
main dish.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking my
sounds fun.
language.
Yeah.
Do you have potatoes?
It's
What
not
kind
about
of trivia game is this?
it's not about potatoes, but it is
About
about
wheat?
hamburgers.
You have a
Okay.
hamburger question?
I have a hamburger
All right,
question.
Give it to me.
All right, wait. So it's
me.
Your turn. Okay.
I just saw the dick on the chalkboard just so that.
Oh yeah. There's just a lot of nostalgia. Lindsay, Wichita is not just where the first hamburgers came from. Which, do you know Oh, actually, this is a 2-part question.
Okay.
I'll give you a point if you know what chain was the first hamburgers and that came from Wichita, and also the first in the country.
Wendy's?
Incorrect. Scout, do you know it?
From Wichita?
But there's not any more in Kansas anymore. They're not in Kansas anymore. But they're in other places.
Steak and Shake?
No.
Ooh, is it Arby's?
Sonic?
No, it's actually, guys, it's White Castle.
Whoa.
White Castle is a Wichita company. And it's not, but Wichita is not just where the first hamburgers came from, but also home of the first U.S. factory that produced what? Lindsay, A, hot air balloons, B, airplanes, C, carpets.
Hot air balloons?
Incorrect. Scout, chance to steal. Airplanes or carpets? First U.S. factory.
Airplanes.
Yes!
Wow.
Wichita is an ag
good.
town. Wichita is an agricultural town.
So that's interesting that they had a airplane factory there.
Yeah, but there's like not a lot out there.
So they're just, they had the
K-State.
space for it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, guys. I just have one more extra credit question for either one of you to answer. The nation's 34th president actually hails from the town of Abilene. Who is it?
I'm not good
Who's
at
the 34th?
presidents.
Who is the 34th president?
Garfield.
Incorrect. Scout, any guesses?
My guess is always Garfield.
It's either
Isn't-
yours is out either.
Isn't Truman?
Bud?
Isn't Truman? No. Or hang on.
No. Giving you a subtle.
Isn't
no.
Eisenhower's from Kansas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Eisenhower. Give
Got
it
it.
to her. Give it to her.
Oh.
That's impressive.
If she got it faster, I'd give her 2. I mean, that is really impressive.
That was really good.
Right?
Though. Yeah, it was amazing.
Eisenhower.
All right. Very good. That was
Wow.
geography class.
We
I didn't have a
right.
fun name for it. It was called Kansas and Other
It's
Facts.
called Bugging
Great.
Out on Geography. Bugging Out
That's
on
what it is.
Kansas.
Well, now we're going to D.A.R.E. Speaking of mommies on mushrooms,
Ooh.
we're going to D.A.R.E. kids.
This sounds extracurricular, and I
Oh,
will
D.A.R.E.
like to
program?
pass.
Yeah,
I
we're
thought-
in the D.A.R.E.
I thought you were
program.
just going to start daring me to do stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in the van. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, so in honor of Scout, who starred in an MTV show
Yes.
Okay, good.
called Mary and Jane
Yeah, about weed.
about weed. Now, can you tell the listeners a little bit about the show if they did not see it?
Totally. It was two fun, quirky weed dealers on the east side of LA, just dealing weed, but it was more about our personal lives. Very fun
Mhm.
show. And interestingly, the origin of my cannabis use. I was like, oh, I don't care. And then after that show, I was like on the cover of Ediblest magazine, and they were like,
Oh my God.
people were sending me stuff, and then I was just high for like
Amazing.
a minute. And then now I'm back in the
bet.
middle. Yeah,
I
but I
love
got it.
You leaned
Yeah.
into it. That's good.
I leaned into it.
Yeah, why not?
Well, we're glad you got back on track, Scout, and that's why we're going to D.A.R.E. class,
Okay,
all right?
D.A.R.E..
Because
Yeah.
drugs are bad and drugs are sad.
Well, sugar's
All
a-
right. That is true.
Hmm.
We're going to play Yes You Cannabis?
I love that.
I don't know what I was
Yes,
called.
You
Oh,
Cannabis.
no. I called it You've played a game on Fuck You, I'm Smarter, but have you played a game on Fuck You, I'm Smarter on weed? That's the whole name of this game.
That's good. I like that.
All right. Let's talk about weed, kiddos. And let's start with our guest Scout, who used to be a professional weed smoker.
Yeah.
So here we go.
No,
Scout.
I'm just not getting paid. Okay.
Right. So like why would you
You're back to amateur status. Yeah.
We all know none of us has gotten addicted to weed, although I'm a little concerned about your new like
It's
CBD,
just CBD.
obsession.
I like CBD with a trace of THC.
Okay, but I'm just
It's healthy.
A full
you,
spectrum.
You said it
That's right.
yourself, it's a lot. You said it yourself, it's a
not
lot.
a lot. What did I say it was a
You
lot?
were like, I love this stuff. I
I
love
love
putting it
it.
under my tongue. I'm like, okay.
I like my tinctures.
She likes her tinctures. Scout, what
Okay.
percentage of people who try marijuana actually do get addicted to it? I can give you
Addicted?
addicted.
0.
I'll give you A, B, and C.
I guess that's not the right answer.
It's not the right answer. Is it 9%, 15%, or 24%? just people who try weed.
9.
That is correct.
That would be my guess
Yeah,
too.
because most people
not
who try it
addictive.
don't. I don't think I'm not addicted. I can quit any time. But if I hadn't been on a show about it, I would still be like, yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Now I have a bunch of it because I just always have it.
15% of people get addicted to cocaine. 24% get addicted to heroin.
Oh, heroin. What about alcohol?
Oof. I didn't do that. You want to Google it?
Yes.
Let's look it up.
But how do we differentiate? Okay, never mind. I thought cocaine wasn't addictive. I don't. It's not fair trade, so I can't do it.
I feel like cocaine is something people get addicted to. People
I
go
know
to
that
rehab
alcohol is the
for
only
it.
drug you can die from the withdrawals from.
Right. That is correct.
I don't really know exactly how to phrase it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like what % of people who drink get addicted?
Yeah.
Because it's not like you have a drink and then you're addicted.
Right.
Or all. Oh, I see. Yeah. What percent
Yeah.
of drinkers are alcoholics? I don't know. What's an
Yeah.
alcoholic? It's branding. Move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's also self-reported.
It's also self-reported, and it's also like there's what kind of an alcoholic. I mean, there's
Sure.
people who live every day
yeah.
that
Right.
would
Like-
never say I'm an alcoholic.
I didn't know my dad was an alcoholic until I was like 35.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, wait. Oh. But he's fully functional.
So if they
Yeah.
did
Just
this,
drinks too much. Like he's not going to go on there's different levels. There's different like.
I think I was a cat. Could be categorized as a binge drinking alcoholic.
I could too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I tapped the brakes just to go, hey, how's it going?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see you soon. We'll see you at another time.
Yeah. Bye.
We'll see you at another time. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
In college, Barack Obama hung with a group of boys who played basketball and smoked weed.
Yeah.
What did this gaggle of guys call themselves? Did they call themselves the Blunt Ballers? Did they call themselves the Choom Gang? Or did they call themselves Barry and the Ballers?
What's a choom?
Choom is like another word for pot smoker, I guess.
I didn't know that. I'm going to go with that. It sounds vintage.
That is correct. I actually looked up what choom means, and it's like it's a term for like a gang of weed smokers, basically.
A gang of weed
Yeah.
smokers.
I have to plug my computer in. Don't worry about it. Hang on.
Yes, plug it
Okay.
in.
Barry and the Ballers.
Barry and the Ballers. That's what they called him, Barry. Did you know they called him Barry growing up?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cute.
Barry and the Ballers.
Okay. Total chaos. Talk to Susan Miller. Something's going on where all of my stuff is being weird. Okay.
It's because you don't believe in her anymore. She's punishing you.
Yeah, she's punishing
Susan
you.
Miller's Revenge, guys. I confidently feel like I could write and pitch that movie, and there would be like in the entire country there would be 17,000 women who would be like standing in line for opening night,
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
and then no one else sees it.
1000%. Right,
Yeah.
just those
Just
17,000 women.
They're the ones those are the true fans. They were
Yeah.
invested personally. So
Yeah, but some of us have been
She's-
burned.
just wait till the next egg you taste, Scout. Just let us know how it tastes.
Yeah.
Anemic.
It's anemic
Just
for
let
the
us-
rest of your life.
Just think of her the next time you eat an egg. Let us know how it tastes.
Done.
I know I do. She ruined eggs for me for the rest of my life. All right, Scout. The name marijuana comes from a Mexican slang term for cannabis and is believed to have been derived from the Spanish pronunciation of the names Mary and Jane, like your show. The two names were also, the Mary and Jane were also a common Mexican military slang for A, prostitutes, B, orphan girls, or C, female fugitives.
Ooh.
A, prostitutes.
That is correct. Scout is
How many
killing
times
it.
have you like nicknamed orphans in something lighthearted? I just don't think orphans are a class of people that have nicknames.
Right. It's a
Right.
sad. It
Oh,
would
look
be
at these
really,
Oliver twists over here.
Yeah, look at these.
That's about it.
Look at these.
This is-
Look at this
fucking
Dead
redheaded
Parents
Annies.
Brigade. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, Annie's. That's
couple of Annies going on over here. All right, Kelly Wallace Barn Owl. This is a fun one.
Okay.
When studying drug-induced spiders.
I'm sorry?
When studying drug-induced spiders.
As one does.
Spiders high on marijuana built messy webs. They were easily distracted and they gave up easily.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be the opposite.
No.
You just get in a zone with it.
They were all over the place.
Okay.
They were all over the place.
All right.
But spiders high on blank, on the other hand, spun highly geometric webs,
Ooh,
even
mushrooms.
more so than when they were sober. Was it A, cocaine, B, Adderall, C, LSD, or D, meth?
LSD, baby.
That
That's my
is
guess.
correct.
I've seen that as a meme.
Really?
I guess it's
Like the
true. But I
marijuana-
guess it's true.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it was
But
a meme. Of course, it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
But now we have further proof. So now I believe it. If Lindsay said it and a meme said it,
it must be real.
yeah. And this is the state of our education today, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Scout.
And Trump won. No, don't edit that.
Cut it. Cut it.
After this famous rapper's murder, members of his music group mixed his ashes with marijuana and smoked the concoction. Was it A, the Notorious B.I.G.,
Cute.
B, Tupac, or C, Jam Master Jay?
I thought it was going to be Bob Marley.
That would make sense.
Tupac?
Yes.
Nice.
Great.
I thought there was a
guess.
rumor that he wasn't dead, though.
Well, he's not dead, but
Well,
this
we
is
can't
the
get those-
rumor about him being dead.
Right.
He's not dead.
We're not.
He is dead.
Inconclusive.
I think he's dead, you guys.
What do the memes say?
The
That's-
memes say he's not dead.
Consult the memes. It's like the Oracle.
What do the memes
Yeah, what do the memes
say? All right.
Oh my God, that's the new Susan Miller. It's like, I've read the memes.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, the memes.
She has like tablets everywhere.
Yes.
Last question for both of you.
Okay.
Okay. You can go one at a time. Briefly tell me about the time you were the most high. You can go first, Scout.
Well, I have two answers to that. One I don't remember, but I've been told is a good story.
I
And
like
the
it.
other, okay, I'll say it. This is a good
Either.
story. So I had friends in New York and I worked in nightlife. I'll do a quick version, I think is the best. Friend, and I was like, hey, and we all, there's like drugs in nightlife. And I was like, hey, I heard one of us is doing, or someone in the group did heroin, and I just want to say I'm drawing a hard line. That's too much. And they were like, cool. That was you though. And I was like, what? And they were like, the night we hung out with Christopher Walken. And I was like, what? But apparently what had happened, and I have no memory of this to the point that I don't know, but I was with a friend who I knew was a heroin addict. He snorted it, and he said to me, uptown or downtown, and we were physically downtown. So I was like, downtown, baby. And then this was back before I was fair trade, and he put a line in front of me and I snorted it. And apparently that was heroin, but I have no memory of the entire night.
Whoa.
And my friend, who is an ex heroin addict, or however, I don't know how she identifies, but used to have an opiate, got in deep. She was like, you absolutely could have died from that. She's like, if you had never inhaled before and you snorted a line, you could have died.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you didn't die, first of all.
I'm so mad you didn't meet Christopher Walken, even though you met him.
That line.
And I'm not,
crazy.
from this, it sounds like I'm such a drug user. I'm not, I do drugs. I say I'm a mild woman. I'm a white woman ordering mild salsa at a Mexican restaurant. That's the dose I like of drugs.
That's the dose.
Yes.
I think we're all on the same page.
I'll take a
there.
pixie dust, but I'd like my feet on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
One
Totally,
tiny, the
yeah.
tiniest little amount that I'm going to feel something cute, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be
Yeah,
fully
yeah.
in control of the situation.
I want
So
Hakuna
just
love
Matata, not Dark Side of the Moon.
100%.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So there was one time where I did acid and I didn't make any spider webs, but I was in high school and it was Halloween in Florida and it was extremely hot outside and I was wearing a polyester children's sized dinosaur costume.
Sounds about
Or
right.
wait, was I the dinosaur? I may have been the clown. I was the clown. One of us was the clown. One of us was the dinosaur, and they were children's costumes because we got them that day at Toys R Us, and like they were the biggest ones we could find. I don't know why that was where we chose to get the costumes, but it was just like a last minute type of Halloween. And we're walking around a friend's neighborhood, and it's so hot, and I'm sweating, and I'm starting to trip. And this woman like hands us, instead of candy or anything, she gives us like warm cans of Coke. So like I'm drinking warm Coke, sweating, totally like I just was and I ended up throwing up in her backyard. And that was how a lot of my drug stories ended.
Throwing up in someone's backyard.
We'll just leave it at that. Yeah. I was like, I want my mom. But then my friend had the wherewithal to be like, you can't go home right now.
Yeah.
Like you're waiting this out.
Yeah.
And then my friend drove me back to her place, and we were both still high, and I was like, look at the moon. And she did, even though she was driving, and she almost drove us into a canal.
Oh, was it Helen?
Yeah.
Oh,
who never drives, still doesn't drive to this day, and that's probably why.
Wow,
that traumatized her.
Well, those are beautiful stories. You each get a point. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
Congratulations on doing heroin. Thank God you don't
remember it.
I feel like
D.A.R.E it shouldn't be don't do drugs. It should be do a tiny bit of drugs at a time.
Do a tiny bit of drugs.
Wait longer than you think.
Yes.
Wait a lot longer.
To have any more of it.
All right, class. Our next period, we're going to student government, and it's not really about student government, but this is just kind of inspired by Scout. So Scout, you won a Streamy Award, right?
I'm nominated.
You were not. Oh, sorry, you were nominated, which is like winning to me.
Which is like winning.
Good enough. I think it's just like winning for your series.
President,
Take one thing off.
Student body president of my high school. He was 2 years in a row. Governor of Kansas, mayor of Kansas City now.
Whoa. See, you can do big things, guys.
Wow.
Quentin Lucas, killing it. Slay all day.
Slay.
That's a success story if I've ever heard one.
It's great.
If I've ever heard one, yeah.
I actually don't know why this is student government. I think this has nothing to do with government. This has to do with awards. I just couldn't think of what class it would be. This is about winning. This is about
award
just
ceremony.
like things.
It's like just the end of the year award ceremony.
This game is called Weird Awards That You Could Win.
Okay.
Oh.
So these are probably not as glamorous as the Streamies, but they're kind of fun. So we'll start with you, Scout. Number 1, there's an award called the Foot in Mouth Award. The Foot in Mouth Award is presented each year to a person who makes the most confounding comments. Founded in 1993, it's been given by the magazine The Plain English Campaign. Winners have included English cricketer Ted Dexter, actress Alicia Silverstone, and former UK Prime Minister Gordon Brown, who was presented a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2008 for their continuous baffling remarks over the years by the Foot in Mouth Awards. Was it A, Kanye West, B, George W. Bush, or C, Gary Busey?
Ooh.
As you were saying it, I was like, George W. But those are really compelling alts. I'm going with my gut. G-dubs.
Good job.
Good
job.
Killing
Always
it.
go with your gut. Beautiful. Lindsay, number 2.
Yes.
Given in Australia, the Ernie Awards were begun in 1993 as an award for whom? Or what for whom? A, Annoyingly Stupid Person of the Year, named for fictional character Ernest P. Worrell, portrayed by Jim Varney in such classic films as Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Saves Christmas.
Love
B,
him.
Creators of LGBT characters in puppeteering, named for the iconic puppet from Sesame Street. Or C, People who make misogynist comments, named after Ernie Ecob, former secretary of the Australia's Workers' Union.
Whoa.
The Ernie Award.
I'm going Ernest Goes to Jail?
That is incorrect. Scout, is it LGBT puppet characters or misogynist comments?
Misogynist comments.
That is correct.
Wow. Scout is sweeping this game.
Are Bert and Ernie just out now?
They're not out. I don't know. Are they?
It was loosely like.
Wait, are they out by Sesame Street?
No.
I feel like they did at some point address the rumors.
They
They
addressed
had
it
a
as
gig.
like people are people and we love everyone, but it wasn't 100% clear.
Okay. We'll
Are
have
you a
to do
bird
a
or a
research
nerd?
on that.
Oh.
I love. Okay,
I got a lot of both in me.
I have a lot of both in me too. I think I'm a Bert, but I want to be with an Ernie. But I do have Ernie in me as well.
I think in our scenario, you're definitely the Bert, and I'm the Ernie.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. But I think in life, I'm more of a Bert.
I don't see you as a Bert.
Really?
No.
I just think our dynamic, I am the Ernie.
Oh,
to
and
your Bert.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw.
Meaning I have my shit together. Do you know what I mean?
No, meaning I do. And
Ernie
you're
has
like.
Bert has his shit
I
together.
think Bert has his shit together.
Wait, I thought Ernie was the more anal one.
No, Bert is the more anal one.
Oh, I think I'm more of a Bert.
Oh, see, I don't see it that way.
I love that then. I'll do both. I'll fuck both and I'll do
Wow.
both. You know what I mean?
Took
I'll
a
do
turn.
both and I'll do both.
Scout,
Yeah.
which one of these is not a real award?
Okay.
Is it A, the Bad Sex in Fiction Award, which is presented to authors who portray sex scenes in the worst possible ways in novels?
That feels
B,
real.
the Bent Spoon Award, presented to an individual who makes the most preposterous claims of paranormal or pseudoscientific nature.
Ooh.
Or C, the Borscht Awards, a Ukrainian award presented to filmmakers for the best use of their national dish on film.
I know that the bent spoon thing is like, there's a whole thing about this guy who claims to bend spoons, like bending a spoon, and then there was like the whole Matrix thing, like there is no spoon. So I feel like that's real. I'm gonna go with would you make up Borscht Awards? Maybe you were eating borscht.
Good guess.
Like at Vasilka.
I love how our guests
I love Veselka.
Ooh.
Oh, I accosted a man in Veselka once.
There's something I love at Vasilka and I can never remember what it is until I get there and I'm like, yes.
Pierogies.
I'm gonna guess Borscht Awards.
That is correct. I made up the Borscht Awards.
Awards.
Scout, you are killing
Good
this
job.
game.
Good job. Okay, Lindsay. Number 4. The Ig Nobel Prize. The
Okay.
Ig Nobel Prize.
Okay.
So it's a satiric prize awarded annually since 1991 to celebrate 10 unusual or trivial achievements in scientific research. Its stated aim being, quote, to honor achievements that first make people laugh and then make them think. It's created in 1991 by Mark Abrahams, editor and co-founder of the Annals of Improbable Research.
The anals.
The annals of improbable annals
Bart.
of research. So yeah, the name is obviously a pun on the Nobel Prize, which it parodies, and on the word ignoble, meaning not noble. So, Lindsay, which one of the following is not something that someone won an Ig Nobel Prize for? A, magnetic levitation of a live frog. B, the discovery that the presence of humans tends to sexually arouse ostriches. Or C, prizes in, quote, scientific education to the Alabama State Department of Education for their stance regarding the teaching of evolution.
Wow. So which one of these
Is not.
is not?
Woof.
Woof.
This is
fucking the ostriches.
No one's fucking ostriches. That's
Whoa.
not what I said, but you took that.
But we could.
Romantic
The way-
relationships
you-
with ostriches.
Still not. There's no contact necessary. But sure.
Alabama's educational system. And what was the other one again?
Levitation of a live frog.
Oh my God. I'm going to
With
go with one of the
magnets.
animals. And I'm going to go with the ostriches.
No, that's real.
Wow.
Is it frog?
And I guess no. It's actually that the Science Education Award was actually awarded to the Kansas State Department of Education.
Wow.
Monkey trial, Yeah, we refuse to teach evolution. I went to a private school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had a little more education.
You had-
a
yeah.
little more education in
Yeah,
general.
I went to bougie high school. I did.
She was bougie, not at the
Bougie
country
and
club,
beautiful.
but in her high school.
Yes, my high school was
All
bougie.
right.
All right, last class, fashion class, ladies. We are going to talk about Coco Chanel in honor of Scout's Take One Thing Off. So we talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the show. I believe you can watch Take One Thing Off right now on your website.
On my
Which
website,
on YouTube,
it's on
right?
YouTube. Yeah, and we just posted Royal We. I just posted it as a single. You can sit and watch it all the way through, which I'll say I hadn't done until since I made it. And then my friend texted me. She's like, "I'm super baked, and I'm gonna watch your show." And I was like,
Yes.
"Great idea." And then I got super baked to watch my own show and was like, "This is pretty good."
It's really
Yay,
good. I
it's
watched
really
a few
good.
episodes. It's really good.
Yeah, it's fun. Many laughs.
So everyone press pause, go watch it, and then come back. So let's talk about, well, first of all, how did you think of the name Take One Thing Off? Was it
Coco
because
Chanel.
of Coco Chanel? Okay. So Coco Chanel,
I believe Our
Wait.
Lady J said it to me backstage once.
okay. And you were like, oh, take one thing off. Love
Yes.
it. Sticking with that. Got
Sticking.
it.
Yeah.
I knew there would be like a personal story
Yes.
to that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I knew you didn't just like look in the mirror, move your head around, and then take one thing off.
No.
I knew there was like a story there.
Lady J to me is one of the few women in life where you stand next to and you feel prepubescent. Like you're like, that is woman. I am nothing. That's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Now
Oh,
I
and
eat
she was-
my borscht.
Yeah. I was like, I go grow food for you to eat and be pretty. I should go now. You sing.
All right, well, let's talk about a little Coco Chanel. I tried to find like some fun facts that people probably don't know about Coco Chanel. So let's start with our guest, Lady Scountington. And let's make this shorter. Okay. So Coco Chanel reportedly had a 10-year affair with the second Duke of Westminster. His name was Hugh Grosvenor. And during his time as Duke, he proposed to Coco Chanel. She refused, saying, A, there are lots of duchesses, but only one Coco Chanel. B, I would love to say yes, but that would be stupid. Or C, I don't want to leave my comfort zone, darling. Which one did she say?
Is this me?
Yes.
I want it to be, there's only one Coco Chanel.
That is correct. Yes. She didn't give a shit about like so many things in her career, but also her dating life. She said,
Good for her.
there's a lot of duchesses, but only one Coco Chanel. She also
not
said
wrong.
those other two quotes, but I
She
don't
did?
I
Oh,
don't
cool.
remember what
She
they
did.
were about.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to leave my comfort zone, darling.
I thought that was you because that felt a little modern.
No, she said that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Kelly,
Yes.
obviously she had a huge influence on other designers, but she was also at odds with a lot of designers,
Okay.
like Yves Saint Laurent. One of the quotes she said about Saint Laurent was, Saint Laurent has excellent taste. The more he copies me, the better taste he displays. She was close with Balenciaga, but she did call Balenciaga too blank to keep designing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say Balenciaga was too lazy to keep designing, too old to keep designing, or too unsophisticated to keep designing?
Ooh, burns all around. Old.
That is correct.
Really?
And Balenciaga went on the record and said, basically, yeah, I am old. He said, I feel extremely sad when she died. He said, I feel extremely sad and it makes me feel how old I am myself. An extraordinary, strong, and influential person has disappeared with her. Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. Scout.
Maybe one of those kind of love-hate frenemy relationships.
Yeah. It was like they were friends, but they had a little shade. So, Scout, Chanel was not one to design for free. She did not design for royalty and say, like, this one's on me, Henny. Okay? She was like, no. When asked why, she said, These princesses and duchesses, they never pay their bills.
Right.
Why should I give them something for nothing?
Yeah.
No one
fair.
ever gave me anything, she said. Love it. She often said really horrible things about people too, that like people would be like, oh, here she comes. So she once called a fashion editor, she once said, quoted, that a fashion editor had the face of a monkey and the mouth of a sewer.
Oh.
Which one of these did she not say about Bridget Bardot? Did she not say?
Not say.
A, that she was money mad. B, that her full bust was too much. Or C, that she was a flighty, flaky floozy.
Wow.
Which one did she not say?
She said two of those things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Money mad. Her full bust was too much.
I want it to be full bust. I want her to be body pause.
No, that is incorrect. Kelly, do you want to try to steal?
Ooh.
Did she not say that she was money mad? Or did she not say that she was flighty, flaky, flousy?
Flighty, flaky, floozy.
Floozy. Yeah, that one I made up. And then I couldn't say it. That I made up. But she did. She made fun of her boobs. She said she was money mad. She'll do anything for money. You know.
Wow.
All right.
It was a different time.
It was a different time, you guys.
But she could have been nicer to her,
Yeah. All right. We'll do two more.
females.
We'll do two more. Kelly, which one of these was not a Chanel quote?
She talked a lot.
She did. She had a lot to
She
say.
had a lot to say.
Did she not say, okay?
Okay.
A, in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. B, I'm not interested in money. I just want to be wonderful. Or C, Paris is always a good idea.
I feel like she had to say Paris is a good idea. Always a good idea. I love that. I think she didn't. What was the first one?
I fucked up this question. Which one of these did she say?
Oh, she only said one?
She said one of these.
Okay, Paris. I'll go Paris.
That is incorrect. Scout, do you want to try to steal?
Yeah, repeat.
Did she say, in order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different?
No.
Or did she say, I'm not interested in money. I just want to be wonderful?
The first one, irreplaceable, different.
Yes. She said the first one, Scout, holy balls. And Marilyn Monroe said, I am not interested in money. I just want to be wonderful. And Audrey Hepburn said, Paris is always a good idea.
Okay. That's nice.
You know?
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
see?
this is a fun one. Okay.
All right.
This one's for Scout. This is a cute one. Okay. In 1921, Coco Chanel created her first perfume, Chanel No. 5.
Number 5,
It was the first fragrance to bear the name of a designer and was accompanied by the number 5 because... Why the number 5? Was it because A, that was the number of men she had already been engaged to by this time? B, because her fortune teller once told her that was her lucky number? Or C, because that was the address of her first shop, and her first shop was a hat shop. The first shop she ever had was a hat shop.
Hat shop.
So was it the hat shop? That is incorrect. Kelly, do you want to try to steal?
You said the hat shop to throw us off.
Out with a whimper.
What do you think? Was it fortune teller or the number of men she was engaged to?
Men.
Yeah.
No, her fortune teller.
She gave away her lucky number.
Susan Miller told Coco Chanel
That's right.
to name her perfume
That's right.
Chanel No. 5.
Aries rising. Sagittarius.
Aries
Moon and
rising.
Sag.
All day, babies.
If you made a line
Wow.
of perfume and named it those things, people would buy it.
Oh,
It could
for
smell
sure.
like the inside of an asshole, and people would be like, but I'm a Sag rising.
100,000%.
It's a good idea.
I also want to just tell you before fashion class is over that she was buried in her favorite Chanel suit. It was a beige and white tweed suit. And I wanted to tell you that she hated miniskirts. She thought they were indecent and she called them an exhibition of meat.
She was a wild one.
Come on, I love a lamb leg.
Exhibition of meats.
I love a lamb leg. Well, there you go.
Lamb.
That was take one thing off in honor of Scouts.
These are fun categories.
Yeah. Well, we love you and we're super proud of you. And we're so glad that you get to, pandemia, you get to relive what you made before it and during it. And that's really exciting. Well, let's do a little tally. Marsha's going to tally up the points.
Oh my God, there was a tally?
Yeah, bitch. This is a competition.
Yeah. All right, come on, Marsha.
Marsha's coming in.
So she's going to
There's
combine.
been a third person in here this whole time?
Yeah. There's two cats, a dog, and a person.
Yeah.
They're in our van.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell, but we're also in a big van.
We're in a big van. I think it's no surprise that Scout got a lot of points during this game.
Now, since we only played one game each and Scout played all the games, we're going to combine our points together.
Yeah.
Very
so Marsha's going to do some arithmetic.
So I blew a big fat one and I only got 2 points.
Okay.
Woo!
That's really bad. That's really bad even for you.
It's really bad.
How did I do?
It's because I had acupuncture earlier and my chi is a little off. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just not here for your excuses.
Kelly, you sucked a smaller fat one and you got 5 points.
I sucked a thin one. A pencil sized.
Pencil sized dick. And Scout, you didn't suck any dicks at all, did you?
Classic Scout.
Classic Scout.
Scout went in the complete opposite direction.
She really went somewhere else with this one. She was like, I didn't sign up for that. I don't know why you guys are sucking so many dicks. Scout, you are our winner. You're our valedictorian. You got 12 points. You spanked us. Woo!
Good job.
How does it feel?
Oh, I just want to say never dream of the journey, not of the moment you win the award. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That's inspiring, really, for all of our graduates tonight.
And what she would have said if she won the Streamy Award.
Yes.
Now you could keep that for
I don't know what
the
I
next
was.
time. As our valedictorian, you get to make a little speech. Okay. And then you have to look at us and say, "Fuck you, I'm smarter," because you won the game.
I won the game.
You can do it in any order you want.
Okay. I'm going to start the speech. I'll say, class of Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know what month it is.
Class of
September, late September. Class of late September. We've all worked hard to get here. And, sometimes the competition starts and it's really bugging you. And you think, I don't want to go on. And you take a right turn in your home state. No, that's the same game. And all of a sudden, you remember the joy of not caring. So yeah. I went to college and I was really proud of it. It didn't matter, but I'm still proud of it. So be proud of your ability at any point to say, "Fuck you, I'm smarter than you."
Woo!
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely
Thunderous
gorgeous.
applause.
Oh my
Thunderous.
gosh.
Scout, plug all your plugs. Where can our listeners find you?
If you're in LA, I have 2 monthly live shows that are both really fun and different. One's outside in a park, one's at Jam in the Van. Instagram is probably my most preferred medium because I don't love social media. I have a bunch of YouTube videos out. Take one thing off, and then all of Comedy Electronica, and we're gonna drop Utopia at some point. So follow me on the grams, y'all.
Cool.
Awesome.
I only
You can follow us
high and alone.
Yeah, we don't tweet. We don't do the Twitter.
Yeah.
It's too advanced. We don't know what to do in there.
It's too many words.
Too many things. We're Instagram only.
Yeah.
You can find us at Kellyanne Lindsay on Instagram only, and tell your friends to watch on YouTube
watch on
Live
YouTube
and
Live.
listen to our show. And if you watch this episode, you get to see the dog, the van, a woman
I don't look great
honking.
today. I was
You
sweating.
do look great. You look beautiful.
I spilled charcoal on. Do you know what it's like to spill charcoal on yourself? It was very chaotic. Like
That's
powdered charcoal.
van
I
life.
closed a bag and it went.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Wow. Oh wow. That does sound like
What would
that's
Susan
quite
Miller
a
say?
Yeah.
What would Susan Miller say?
Did Susan Miller do that?
Because you have arthritis. Right?
She's trying to give you arthritis.
Yeah.
Scout, thank you
Thank
for
you
doing
so
our
much,
show. It was
ladies.
so nice to see you. We'll see you at one of your live shows soon, okay?
Okay, bye, guys.
Awesome.
Bye.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.